Won't you come on by
and journey through our mind
and have a sip of wine?
with Jaleesa and Ashley. Clink to clink.
So, today we want to talk about the power of no. So, what moment have you had where you've been like actually proud of saying no? Access denied.
Boy, and don't it be hard when you gotta say no to? Can we talk about that?
Yeah. Do you feel guilty?
Now that thing be lingering, because I think a part of me wanted to say yes. That'd be the question. That'd be one of mine. It really deciphers, like, when it's like, no, can you take me to the corner store? No. I ain't got no gas, and I know you ain't gonna give me no gas. No.
That's an easy no.
Right.
Because nothing is in it for me.
I ain't gonna feel no way about it. My spirit just said no. Can I come stay with you? No.
How do you feel about people, like, once you express your no and they ask you why?
It'd be difficult, because then it sometimes you gotta be like, well, why do I have to explain my no?
Yeah, because sometimes no should just be no, I feel like. And then a part of me, like I was explaining to Jaleesa, I said, I feel like sometimes it's a lack of communication to not want to explain no. And then sometimes I feel like no should just be no. Like, why do I have to tell you why I don't want to do that? Just no. I don't want to do it.
I think for some people it's like they not accustomed to you probably saying no to them.
Yeah.
And so now they want to know why. Like, she's saying no all of a sudden. Well, why are you saying no now when you said yes to this? Or you've been okay with that before, so why are you giving me a no now? And some people don't just accept your change or your growth and saying, or you recognizing they mess and saying, I don't want to approve of that anymore for me. So no. And now it's, oh, how dare you find your identity. And so now it's like that manipulation of, you weren't saying no before, well, when so and so, or even if you said no to them, but you've been saying yes to somebody else and they know it, well, you said yes to so and so and let them get away with it, why can't I get the same treatment? Because you ain't them.
Another song of my heart. The first time I say no. Beyonce.
Beyonce been in our closet today. Dang, she got a song for everything. No, but seriously, there are people that say, well, you gave so and so that, why I ain't give it to you? Well, because I know so and so gonna pay me back.
That is true.
So of course I'm gonna say yes. You just happen to be in the midst when they ask. I can't help where your ears heard, but no for you, because I know you ain't gonna pay me back. So no, I'm not doing it for you. And you know the why.
Sure do.
So why am I even explaining myself? Now my no that I had for me was, like I said, when old dude was like, yo, I'm interested, but I know we not here for the same thing. And having to say no to being a smash buddy. No one in the back of my mind be like, baby, if it was another lifetime. But my mouth gotta say no. And but still thinking about it like, dang, maybe I should have messaged back like, hey, let me see what this be like. But then I was like, nah. Because it's like, why I keep going back to something that didn't work before. Even if it's like a different, what they say, like even a different face, it's still the same growing pain. So why even deal with certain things? I think respecting your no, honoring your no.
Yes.
being okay with your no for yourself, being confident in your no. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because people can really tell when you be like, no, they gonna really meddle in. Yeah, they gonna keep meddling in. Yeah. So I think it's all about how you say no. And even when people ask why, go ahead and give them an answer.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. So it's not, so you don't feel like it's about explaining it. You don't really care about explaining it. Just respect my no.
I'm learning not to be so caring about explaining, because sometimes we're quick to say no, but then when the person asks why, it's like, oh my gosh, why you gotta ask why? Well, why are you upset that you can't even give them an answer?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you standing on your no and you know your why, because I think a lot of us, we already know our why anyway, or why we're not going to do it, then why are you not going to be honest with that person and tell them why? Now it's how they receive it. That's up to them.
And none of your business.
Because it's none of your business, because you done already released it into the atmosphere and you released it to them. Now it's how they respond back to you. That's a whole different story. And then that, I guess, for me, that gives you the identity of who they really are anyway.
That is true.
Are you really supposed to be in my life? Because you would respect you would respect my answer and would say, you know what, all right. Like, I'll go back to it again. Hey, let me borrow this, and this. No. Why? Because you'll never give it back.
Yeah, you know it.
You'll never give it back. So, no. And then, man, see, that's why I don't deal with you. Da, da, da. And then be like, and you just, okay. I
don't care. I still don't want to always explain why I don't want to do something. I just don't want to do it. Shoot, leave me alone.
I know.
Not every time. Shoot.
But think about with kids. Why?
I know.
Why? But we give answers to them.
No, all the time, because like when we were growing up, it was because I said so.
And that's why half of us is jacked up now. Because I said so.
I said so.
Well, sometimes your said so was not valid because you don't even know why you said no. You just didn't. You said no because you ain't had the money. When I asked, can I get that toy?
Girl, it's your mouth.
Because I said so. No, sis, just say you ain't had the money.
And it's still because I said so.
Because you ain't had the money. Dang.
Oh, shoot. You know my nerves.
Because I said so. That's why literally half of us jacked up now. Because I said so. I want to know why. Well, who said that your no was so valid and what you said was because I said so? No, it's not because what you said so. Just be real, saying we ain't got no.
What were some of the other points that you made when we first brought up this topic, though, when we were in the car about no? And you were saying how some people want to feel validated and stuff. So they, what you said about your friend, we ain't got to say who are going to it, but you was like, they just kept explaining why they couldn't do something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kept explaining why they couldn't do something. And so you're seeking validation so this person, like, so somebody can really be in agreement with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, you giving me a headache with all your voices of reasoning of why you can't do this and why you can't do that.
Just say I can't do it.
Be like, just say no, I ain't gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna be able to give you that. No, just say no. Why do we have to go up the block, around the corner, down the sideway, down the sidewalk, down the alley, just to get to a no?
Mm-hmm.
You knew you was gonna say no.
You knew it
beforehand. But you're now seeking validation from someone to justify it. And then we do that sometimes, I think, even to go the long route, just so somebody can say, I don't even want it no more.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, God.
Sometimes with me, though, after, like, hearing why so many times after I say no, I feel like after that, I got to start coming up with reasons before I even have a conversation with you, because I know this person about to ask me XYZ all into depth. They want to know every detail of why I'm saying no. So now I feel like I got to make up a story.
But even what about when somebody asks you for something and you say no, and then they be like, why? Because I said no. Remember, because I said no.
Mm-hmm.
My no is not valid enough for you?
But that's what I'm getting to, because sometimes you don't feel like explaining or coming up with the story of why. I just don't want to.
I just gave you something. So my no's not valid for you?
Yeah.
Valid enough for you? You got to ask people questions back. They came with a question for you. You come with one right back. So my no was not valid enough? I said no.
Yeah.
What part you not here? And leave it at that. I never remember my nigga. I was just saying, like, seriously, let your no be your no and your yes be your yes. Don't let anyone scapegoat you into doing what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, good person went around a whole loop-de-loop. I just asked one simple thing: if we're gonna do this, and then you want to give me a whole story of, well, this happened because last time. I ain't asked about last time. I'm just asking if we gonna do this today or not. If not, then cool. We ain't gotta worry about it.
Right.
I don't want to know what Bubba and them did to you about 25 years ago and how that done hurt you. Just to get to a no.
Just say no.
Now I gotta hear a whole story that I didn't ask for. Cause now I'm gonna be on the phone like this. It's right on speakerphone doing whatever I gotta do. Cause you giving me a story that I didn't ask for. But then I feel like,
and maybe because in their life they've been the one that have to explain everything because people don't excel.
And that's another thing. No. You don't have to explain yourself. For those that do that keep constantly explaining themselves. Well, because I don't do this because of this, this, and this. We experienced this when we went out to eat. You don't even realize old girl was doing it.
What?
Just kept explaining herself for everything. And it was like, bro, you ain't got to explain yourself. Like, you don't have to do all that explaining. If this is who you are, that is you. Why do you keep having to explain to people? Well, because I don't like using... For y'all that go to restaurants. For y'all that go to restaurants and be like, I don't like using the people's forks because they don't clean it this way because I used to work and this and that. You don't want to use the forks. Ain't nobody asked you why. Ain't nobody asked you why you got a plastic fork or anything. You just up there literally like, well, I don't do this because
nobody's judging you.
No.
We don't care.
Child, I may do it myself. And that is smart. Maybe I do need a plastic fork. I don't even like eating out their silverware. Could eat my silverware. It literally. So please stop trying to explain yourself to people for validation.
Yeah.
For just making sure what you're doing is correct.
Yeah.
Because whose standard is correct? Okay. Quiet on that. Just saying. There's no absolute standard to anything. What you do is what you do. Some people like to walk bare feet in the grass. Some people like to wear shoes. And some people probably like to wear shoes because they got bit by ants. That's your standard.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. But if a no, or if it's something that you feel, hey, I don't want to partake in, then say that. Like what they used to say no to drugs. Well, why am I saying no to drugs? Now, stuff like that, I needed explanations for.
Which drug? No,
which drug am I saying no to?
Gosh,
But there was no explanation. Just say no to it. They're all bad. Well, why are they all bad?
That's true.
But because some people are just telling you, don't do that because that's your safety zone because of your experience. But what about mine?
Yeah.
How do you know if it's gonna have the same effect on me too? It all goes in different ways when it comes to no. But when it comes to somebody asking you for something, and right now you don't have it, or you're not able to, be able to help a person, don't feel as though like you have to open yourself all the way up for the sake of somebody else. And please don't even use the excuse, well, if it was me and I needed them to do it, would they do it? Don't even use that. If your heart is not in it, then
That's
don't do it.
true. That's true, because I've definitely been there when they do it for me.
Well,
They wouldn't do it for me. I know they would, because you're asking me.
Right. But you never know when the table may have to turn where it has to be you.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't even use that, because now you're putting that in the atmosphere of the universe now coming back to you and saying, oh, well, now I'm put that person in a position, so now you could be in their position and you have to act, because that's what you put out there.
Yeah.
Don't even put yourself out there like that. Just, if your heart is not into it, then don't do it. Just period. Okay.
So we're going to end it there.
Mm-hmm.
The power of no.
Yeah, it's a lot of power in it. That's why in reverse it's on. You can turn it on or off.
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
You were silly.
Power on.
No.
Mm-hmm. You have the power.
Mm-hmm.
You have that power.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. I do want to know, though, like, when was a time that you felt good about saying no? Let us know. Drop that in the comments, all right?
Please do.